G'day, Michael here. This video is to demonstrate the attributes of this extractor housing. I made one earlier. If you look in my history of videos, I did an early one with polycarbonate. This one is done with PETG, and I'm making it available for sale on both of my web stores. And there's a few things I've learned out of having made the first one, and what is going to be beneficial to you, the user, with your machine. If you've got this design of machine, dust extraction is a real nuisance, and without this device it's quite a mess. Actually, I'll demonstrate that. I've made it so it press fits pretty nicely. There are two sets of divots. One is kind of more convenient, and that has the extractor directed out here, but of course that gives you a problem with when you're using the die for pressing hinges in. I'm not going to worry about showing you that. I'm sure if you have one of these machines you'll know about pressing hinges in. It's important to note this thing's designed for a 34mm vacuum cleaner fitting. Now if you have a 32mm vacuum hose, it may work. I mean, you put some tape on it or whatever to make the seal tight. But 34mm has the advantage, it's much less prone to blocking with shavings from MDF or plywood. Anything that creates a fairly sizable flake of a shaving. I'll just show you what this looks like without dust extraction. So you can see the shavings end up being pretty big. Now it depends on obviously how fast your feed rate is in drilling. So if you're finding the shavings are too heavy, you might have to adjust the machine so it doesn't plunge quite so quickly through. Okay, so I thought it'd be a bit clearer in the CAD rendering here. The normal position in the machine would be like this. You can see these notches. You can see front and back, left and right. The extractor outlet here, obviously to take your 34mm hose fitting, and this notch here is to get around some of the mounting ring for all the bits and bobs that's on the machine. These notches front and back are to provide the alternative mounting so that the extraction heads off towards the rear left of the machine. It's a bit trickier to get a hose in that space. There's a lot going on with rams and bits and pieces, but you can do it. You have to be a little bit careful. But this is so you can use the die for pressing hinges in. Now I use inserter hinges, so I don't normally need this setup. Whether I'm drilling hinge holes or cam fittings, this is the orientation I need the machine, because I don't actually use the die for inserting any of my parts. This unit's really pretty simple, from the user's point of view. A bit tricky to create, but it's simple enough to use. That wedge there is just basically required for production purposes. Well, I think that's it. There's not much to it. It has been made to just press fit, and the easiest way to make it fit, you can see the mess that we've made here without this unit. To make it fit, you simply put it approximately in the right spot. So it's partially pressed in. And probably the easiest thing to do is actually have the extraction turned on. So let's just do that. Now it's pressed at exactly the right height. Okay, so care must be taken to make sure it is homed in. So you can see that's very, very clear of dust. I'll just clean this up so it is fresh. Okay. Let's just do that again. And there you have it. Quite a clean result. Now, I'll pull this thing out again and show you what it looks like. Extraction tool. Now, each machine is going to have probably some small variation. There may also be some imperfections in the actual print. So, in the event that it's a little bit tighter or looser, I'll only be tempted to put maybe some masking tape or sticky tape or something just on where it's a larger flat. These divots are important to basically leave them as they are. Okay, so there are some threaded holes here with a 6mm thread, I believe. Just double check that. Yeah, 6mm thread. So you can actually put some screws in from outside to clasp this in place. I haven't had to do that with any of the units I've used on my machine. It's just been a nice press fit. As you saw, it takes a bit of effort to get it to press into place. It takes quite a bit to get it back out again. I've printed the thing basically solid, so there's a lot of material in it. It's got a nice weight to it, but the main thing is that the extraction, works well. There's hardly any particulate on the outside here at all. Pass this video on to someone that you think might need this unit or could use this unit, for them to basically check it out for themselves. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment. Bye for now.